Good morning, students. Myself, JVN Dr. Astha Sikarwar, Assistant Professor, Department of Organ of Medicine, FHS, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University. Today we will discuss aphorism 7 and 8. Aphorism 7. Now, as in a disease from which no manifest exciting or maintaining causa occasionalis has to be removed, we can perceive nothing but the morbid symptoms. It must be the symptoms alone by which the disease demands and points to the remedy suited to relieve it. And moreover, the totality of these its symptoms of this outwardly reflected picture of the internal essence of the disease, that is, of the affection of the vital force, must be the principle or the sole means whereby the disease can make known what remedy it requires. The only thing that can determine the choice of the most appropriate remedy, and thus, in a word, the totality of the symptom must be the principle, indeed the only thing the physician has to take note of in every case of disease, and to remove by means of his art, in order that it shall be cured and transferred into health. This aphorism tells us about causa occasionalis and totality of symptoms, and also its footnote gives the concept of indisposition. The exciting cause and the maintaining cause are called by Dr. Hahnemann as the causa occasionalis. Maintaining causes produce, maintain, and prolong the disease process. They can be called as the obstacles to cure. To achieve cure, we have to remove this cause. What do you mean by totality of symptoms? Totality of symptoms does not mean a haphazard mixture of all symptoms of a patient or a drug. It really means a combination of certain individualizing characteristics set appropriate on the symptom complex so that it can point to the drug having similar peculiar symptom picture. Hahnemann defines totality as the symptoms are the outwardly reflected picture of the internal essence of the disease, that is the affection of the vital force. Dr. Bonninghausen defines it is not only the sum total of symptoms but is in itself one grand symptom of the patient. Richard Hughes says totality of symptoms to the therapeutics the disease. Boric says the more the totality of symptoms, the better will be the prescription. Stuart Close says the totality means all the symptoms of the case which are capable of being logically combined into a harmonious and consistent whole having coherency and individuality. H. A. Roberts says totality is that concrete form which stands forth as an individuality recognizable by anyone who is familiar with the symptomatic forms and lineaments of drugs and diseases. Totality is not sum total of symptoms, but it is logical combination of the symptoms which characterize the person as well as individualize the problem. Thus, all the symptoms which are classified and evaluated do not form a working totality of the case. Totality of symptom would vary under various circumstances. It would mean one thing in acute case and another in a chronic case. Acute totality includes the recent symptoms. A patient is suffering from a chronic disease. If he develops an acute disease, he needs an acute remedy fitting to the acute condition. A patient in chronic disease requires an interrogate about his mental states, physical journals, past history, family history, etc. But it would not be needed in acute case. So totality of symptoms in acute condition is entirely different from chronic condition. Totality of symptoms equal to the new phrase coined by Dr. Castro, essential total of the symptoms. After deleting the common symptom of a case, the symptoms left over is the essential total of symptoms. Case receiving, case perceiving, evaluation of symptoms are prerequisite conditions for erecting the totality of symptoms. What's the importance? Totality of symptoms हम क्यों बनाते हैं? It helps in building of portrait of disease, helps in reportization of the case, helps in selection of simillimum, helps in better grasp of drug picture. So totality of symptoms is just not the whole collection of symptoms of the patient, it is the proper arrangement and differentiation of common and uncommon characteristic symptoms of the case in perfect order. Totality can be ascertained from the patient, his relatives and attendants, physician himself, and fourth one is laboratory investigations. Footnote. Aphorism number 7 के footnote में क्या दिया है? Indisposition. What do you mean by indisposition? Indisposition is a category of illness due to some exciting cause. The common exciting causes may be continuous exposure to strong odors, presence of foreign bodies, improper hygiene, poor sanitation, living in a damp or ill ventilated house, irregular or improper diet, or lack of exercise. Such causative factors may bring a feeling of unwellness in individuals, and thereby one may not be comfortable to attain daily work. ठीक है. Example, indisposition experienced after attending official banquet or party a couple of nights in a row, we might end up with a dull headache and burning in the stomach. The symptoms may be trivial. There may not be anything appreciable to call as disease, but slight alteration of the health. These problems are due to lack of sleep, too much food, abuse of alcohol, will disappear without taking drugs once we listen to the warning of our body and live accordingly. इंडिस्पोजिशन में मेडिसिन की जरूरत नहीं होती, बस हमें अपनी बॉडी को उसको ऑब्जर्व करना चाहिए, सुनना चाहिए कि बॉडी हमसे क्या कह रही है और उसके हिसाब से हमें काम करना चाहिए और उसके अकॉर्डिंग हमें थोड़ा दिन के लिए अपना जो लाइफ स्टाइल है वो चेंज कर लेना चाहिए. Indisposition usually normalize if certain restrictions are adopted in the diet, take more rest, or change the place. Sometimes such discomfort is eliminated when the causative factors are removed, surgically or by modification of the lifestyle. Usually they do not require medicinal aid except in situation where there is serious derangement of health due to prolonged stimuli. It is not a true disease, but only a slight deviation in the state of health. Vital force itself can take care of it. Father of medicine, Hippocrates, called them as nature's self-help. उसको एक उन्होंने टर्म दिया था, vis medicatrix nature. ठीक है. Now we will discuss aphorism number 8. It is not convincible, not can it be proved by any experience in the world that after removal of all the symptoms of the disease and of the entire collection of the perceptible phenomena, there should or could remain anything else besides health, or that the morbid alteration in the interior could remain uneradicated. ठीक है. इसमें बताया है कि removal of symptoms is the removal of disease. ठीक है. As we know that health क्या? Health is a condition of man where he is in a state of ease and comfort, a condition where there is no complaint from a man. This is a state where his body, mind and soul are in harmonious condition. Usually in healthy condition, no symptoms is noticeable. Health is a negative state. Only sick can produce symptoms. तो health क्या होगी? एक negative state है क्योंकि वहां पर कोई symptom नहीं है. Symptoms are the external manifestation of the internal deranged vital force. We can call the symptom as the cries of vital force. So in disease condition, we can find the symptoms and never in health. Disease is the positive state. Health negative state थी क्योंकि वहां symptom नहीं मिल रहे हैं. Disease एक positive state है क्योंकि वहां पर हमें symptoms मिल रहे हैं. Disease is the positive state with the symptoms. तो हेल्थ क्या है? एक हमारी नेगेटिव कंडीशन है और जो हमारी डिसीज है वो पॉजिटिव है. थैंक यू.